If you are going through a foreclosure process, or you have got a notice from the government or bank that your house will be foreclosed because for some reason or the other you missed some payments or one or two mortgage payments. One of the example I wanted to give you here is this house in Burlington, North Carolina. This house is getting into foreclosure, and you can see that it has a value of around $346,000. Now, what are the options this homeowner has? One option is to pay the bank their dues and get the foreclosing process stopped. Another option is to leave it. So what will happen? The homeowner will not only lose the house, but also will ding their credit, and they will not be able to get another loan for quite a long time, which is not a good sign. And also they will lose the equity that has been built into their house. So one thing that you can do to avoid this is to find a cash buyer who can buy your property and give you almost the similar value that you have. And during that time frame, you can move out of the house, get your equity back, and finally you can pay off the bank and use the equity to buy another property or move somewhere else so that you don't have to deal with the foreclosure process. Now let me show you for this particular example how much my cash buyer is going to offer and what would be the different charges. Now I went to the cash buyer site and got the value. So for their perspective, the value is $327,379. And there are three different options or more. First option is called cash plus offer, and I'll come back to that. The second one is cash offer. So this cash offer means complete cash dealing. So they are going to offer $246,000, which will net the seller $237,000. The second one is sell now and move later, where you will sell now and get the cash at close like $281,000, and then you can lease it back so that you can stay there as long as you need to, up to 12 months before you find another destination where you want to move. And the most popular offering for this cash buyer is called cash plus offer, where the offer is broken down into two steps. The first step is the first closing, and I'll show you the offer details. In the first closing, what will happen is the cash buyer is offering you $327,000, and they will keep a reserve of $58,000, which is close to 20% or 25% of the value, and they will charge a program fee of 6.5%. So this is the fee that the company is going to make. That's the only percent, 6.5% they're going to make out of the total transaction. And then the second is 7.5%, which is the closing cost, agent commission, and all the things that goes along with closing a particular property, since there will be two closing. So what will happen in the first payout or the first closing, the seller will sell the property to the buyer, and the buyer will take the title and pay $222,000, in this case the first payout, and keep a reserve of $58,000. Then most likely they will put some money, and in this case it's the original seller. If they think that if you add some value to the property, spend some money from the equity, if they have something left, they can put that money back into the property and increase the value. So suppose there is no value increase and nothing, and they have not put anything, and in the second closing the house sells for $327,000, then the total payout to the original seller will be $281,000. But just in case if they decide to put like $5,000 back or $10,000 back into the property, and that increases the ARV, so instead of $327,000, suppose it sells for $350,000. And just understand that here you have put like 10 additional $1,000, but you see that your total payout has increased. So the original seller is going to get the amount on top of what it sells for in the second closing. So that's why it's an excellent deal for the seller, because they are netting the most and they are kind of becoming a flipper of their own property, without putting their actual own money before they are planning to sell the property. So this is one of the best examples of selling your house under conditions that you have to sell. Otherwise, it could be detrimental to your credit, as well as detrimental as a financial decision to the homeowner. So if you're watching this, let me know if you are dealing with similar situation, so that we can talk and give you a proper option, so that you don't have to go through the current situation, and you will come out better from getting into this kind of deal. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a good rest of your day. You can reach out to me by calling me or setting up an appointment based on the link into my description. Thank you.